What is going on, everybody? Happy Father's Day for those of you who are daddies and fathers and papas or whatever you want to call yourself. I hope you had an awesome day. I hope you got to spend it with your family. It's Sunday. That's another day. And I'm having some massive tech problems here, so bear with me. I'm just kind of getting things started. That's sort of the beauty of going live is you get everything set up just right, and then as soon as you go live and you hit go, and then stuff starts to fall apart. So bear with me here. I'm coming in hot. Hold on here. All right, so how's everybody doing? How is your Sunday? How is your Father's Day? Go ahead and sound off in the chat. Let me know if you had an awesome day or not. Let me know what you did today. Let me know where you're at in the world. And if this is your first time joining the live stream, go ahead and type in new in the chat. I want to see how many people came in new after we just hit 100,000 subscribers last week, which is pretty amazing, and a whole lot of new people have come in since then. So yeah, so if you are coming in, welcome to the channel. What we do on this channel, what we do during this live stream specifically is I answer your questions. I answer questions about being a mobile YouTuber, about being a mobile content creator, or about YouTube in general. And if you do have a question, head down to the description. I've got a link down there. It's going to open up a questionnaire form. Drop your question in the form. It is first come, first serve. I won't get through everyone's questions today because this is going to be a short stream. So if you snooze, you lose. If you have a question, head down there right now and get started and drop your question in the chat. I do want to say today's stream is brought to you by TubeBuddy, as are all the streams. TubeBuddy is the #1 YouTuber tool. Like if you don't have TubeBuddy, you're missing out. TubeBuddy is how I put my titles together. TubeBuddy is how I put my keywords together. I wouldn't want to be on this journey without TubeBuddy. I kind of look at them as like my partner in crime on YouTube. And I know you have it, but if you don't, you can install it for free down in the description below as well to that. We have a new channel member. I see Sammy. How you doing, Sammy? Welcome to the Niminati. We normally do weekly live streams. However, I wasn't able to do one last week, but I will do one this coming week. So we're keep an eye on the community feed for that. I'll be posting the date. I'll be posting the time. And that's where I'll be digging into your channels. That's where the fun stuff happens. I want to see who's in the chat here. Of course, Sammy, how you doing? Nice to see you, my friend. I'm scrolling through here. Doug Houston YT, how you doing, sir? Enjoying your lunchtime in Australia. I think I saw Dial in here, the fat guy. How you doing? Consult a blind guy, land shark picker. How you doing? Who else is in here? Oh, the gang's all here. One Mighty R, how you doing? All right, let me scroll through here. Yeah, my entire, hey, G. Michael Jr., my entire computer is locking up. Everything's kind of freezing and it's not working. Hey, Matt, how you doing? So as I'm scrolling through the chat here, everything's kind of like freezing up on me. And I'm not sure what's going on. A rule of thumb, it's a great idea to restart your computer before you go live. Anytime you're going to go live, same with your phone, right? Shut everything down, do a clean restart, make sure that nothing's running in the background, restart, then go live. I didn't follow my own rule on that one, and now I'm having issues. All right. Hey, Dal, there you are. Nice to see you. There she is. Okay, so again, if you have questions, head down to the description, drop your question in the questionnaire down there so I can see them. First come, first serve. I occasionally pull things out of the chat, but as you can see, the chat gets moving kind of quickly, and it's difficult to see everybody's questions. So the form actually works better. If I don't get to your question this time around, I will start off next week's live stream picking up where I left off. First super chat of the day comes in from Brian Gaming. Thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Shake it up, man. Paint and Sound, how you doing? It's the lighting, man. The lighting is too sexy for YouTube. Yeah, so so those of you who hung out with me during the last live stream, I bought some aperture lights, some RGB lights, and I just set them up and, you know, seeing how they worked out. And I was kind of late putting this stream together, so I didn't experiment too much. I've just got like a couple of lights here, and I didn't get a chance to see the best way to set them up. So, hey, Tana, how's it going? Dan Tana's in the house. Question already submitted. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and, hey, Carmen, how you doing? Chiming in from Arizona. Get your COVID stuff together in Arizona. What is going on? Man, that thing is like a rocket ship taking off in Arizona. Man, there he is. What's going on, my man? Hope you were doing well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dive into the questions because this is going to be a short live stream. It's already 9 p.m. over here. I know it's late wherever you guys are, unless you're Doug. Doug's on the other side of the world, but for everybody else, it is. It's getting kind of late. All right, first question is coming in from Heroic SA. who says, how do you crop someone from a video? For example, a guy walking and I want to crop him and put him in another video. What app can I use to do that? Okay, here's the thing with cropping people. It's actually called masking. Masking is what it's called. And most of the top apps are going to have a masking feature. However, currently on a mobile device, you're kind of limited to the details that you can mask. If you want to truly mask someone out, you're going to have to do it frame for frame, or, well, yeah, you're going to have to do it frame for frame, basically, and do that with desktop software. Now, Adobe does have something coming out that looks amazing. I retweeted it the other day, and I don't remember what the name of it's called, but Adobe has a feature coming out where it auto masks whatever you want. So you just say, okay, mask this thing, and it will completely perfectly mask you out and mask it out frame by frame. And this is the problem with masking a person. You can't do it on a mobile device currently because you can't get detailed framing, but you have to go frame by frame and draw that person out. So if you're using something like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere, frame by frame. Currently, there's not a mobile device that can do it that well. And Dr. Stan, I believe you were in here earlier. I want to say thanks for stopping by, Dr. Stan. I saw you moderating, dropping the hammer, as it were. Thank you so much. Love you too in Nepal. Namaste. I hope you were doing well. I'm looking forward to getting back to Nepal. It's been a while. It's been too long. All right, next question coming in from Matt Troyce, who says, how much does YouTube take in super chats? If I calculate, they take about 50% for my calculations. Also, how do you respond to fans that DM you all day long without hurting their feelings? Okay, first thing about super chats, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and this just goes to show, like, I don't keep an eye on my YouTube revenue that much because it's usually the lowest part of income. I think it's like 35 or 40% is what YouTube takes. Somewhere around there. That's ad revenue, that's everything. So somewhere around there. Dow says Nepal is beautiful. I want to go there sometime. Yeah, so I don't know the exact amount, 35, 40, 45%, something like that. But I know it's, I don't think it's 50%. I don't think it's that high. There he is, dropping the hammer. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I'm just going to leave that hammer. Okay, Doug just confirmed 30%. I was close. I knew it was I was thinking 35%, but I don't look. And that's the thing. Like if you're doing, unless you're getting a lot of views, your ad revenue is not going to add up too much. Your super chats are, hey, we all appreciate the super chats, but you kind of get in the habit of just not looking at the YouTube revenue once you have other things going on, sponsorships and that sort of thing. But yeah, by all means, we do appreciate super chats though. G. Michael Jr. says, thought it was 20. Yeah, I was thinking 35. That was my initial thought, but 30. I was close. Second question, and this is a great question. How do you respond to fans that DM you all day long without hurting their feelings? You can't. Here's the thing. When your channel, there's going to come a point in time with your channel where you're going to lose control of your comments. You're going to lose control of handling your DMs. And that's going to be different for everybody because everybody's engagement is different. For me, I started losing control of my comments around 50,000 subscribers. I replied to everyone. Now, weird things happen to you on YouTube to where, somebody will reply and I'll go in and search for comments. It's like I replied to everybody. And then I'll go in like a month later and search for comments I haven't replied to, and there's a bunch of comments that I didn't reply to. So every now and then something slips through. Generally speaking, I reply to everyone, every comment, to about 50,000 subscribers. Now I reply when I can, and when I can't get to the other comments, I give them a heart when I can, just to let them know that I acknowledge their comment. You can't answer everybody. There's only so much time during the day, and you still have to make content. You still have to live your life. You have to, maybe you work another job. You have to do the things that you have to do. In terms of DMs are tough. Hey, thank you, Sepharboard Gaming. DMs are tough, and what my strategy for DMs has turned into this. If we've built up some sort of a relationship, for example, I'm just going to go through here and just randomly pick some people who always is going to have an open DM. So Doug Hewson, for example, Doug Hewson or Gantana or Dr. Stin. There's certain people in here that we've kind of built that relationship. So I follow them, they follow me. I know that we can communicate with DMs anytime, right? I'm not always the fastest person to reply to a DM, but we can reply. Then you have another group of people where you're building that relationship with people, your fans or people from the community, and that's a tightrope that you have to balance. Some people are very respectful of your time, and some people are very thoughtful about the questions that they ask, and I go out of my way to try to answer those questions. Unfortunately, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, they will filter messages if you're not following those people, so you don't see them right away. Sometimes I'll answer like a month behind because they've been filtered out and I don't see them right away. Then you have other people who will they're not very considerate of your time, and they ask you questions. Like if I open my Twitter right now, or if I open Instagram or open Facebook, I'm not even lying. There'll be 500 filtered messages with people saying things like, how do I grow my channel? What's the best app to edit with? Can you give me a shout out? Can we collab? No details. Like, you have tons of those types of content. And early on, I went out of my way to respectfully answer all of those people. Like, hey, I answered this question in a video. Here's a link to my video. I can't do that anymore. Not because I don't want to. It's because it's too time consuming and there's too many of them. So if it's a question that I answer regularly through YouTube stories or through Twitter, or if I have videos on it, I can't get to everybody. So unfortunately, you're going to get to the point where you have to let people down, which is unfortunate. Doesn't mean you don't care about those people, but you have to pick and choose where you spend your time, and that's a difficult decision to make. So my policy is I'll give as much as you give. So if you just hit me up and say, hey bro, shout me out, you're probably not gonna get a reply. If you're like, hey bro, how do I grow my YouTube channel? Like literally like every 5 stories that I answer, I have so many videos, so many live streams where I go in depth about talking about a YouTube video, how to grow your channel. Like if you're not even putting in the work, you're not even trying, then I'm not gonna try. So that's my policy now. If you put in the work, I'll put in the work. If you're not putting in the work, you can't even be bothered to look through my videos, then I'm probably not gonna reply. And I hate that it is that way. I hate that it is that way, but it is what it is. I can't answer everybody, so I have to pick and choose. So I'm gonna answer those who put in the work, right? If you respectfully ask a question, I'm gonna take the time to answer that question. Questions like, hey, listen, I watched all your videos, nothing's working for me. Can you look at my channel and tell me everything that I'm doing wrong and like write it out for me in detail so I can fix it? Like, absolutely not. I'm not gonna do that. Like, if you can pay me to do that, but I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll stop what I'm doing to go to your channel, and I guarantee you haven't watched all the videos and you're not doing any of this stuff, but you're asking me to stop what I'm doing, spend my time because you don't wanna spend your time to research it. So, right, that's how you gotta choose that stuff. And it's hard, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. All right, questions closing down. First come, first serve. So Matt, yeah, good luck, man. Do with it the best that you can and try to meet them halfway. Don't let them take too much of you, because some people will. Most of the people are amazing, but there will be those community members and fans who they just want to take and they're not considerate of your time. And they'll get mad at you. Like, hey, I want you to do this and I want you to do it now. Like, do this now. I'm just like, nope, sorry. It's not happening. This isn't going to go down the way you think it is. Okay, that fat guy asks the next question. He says, generally speaking, do you need to register as a business before earning money as a YouTube partner? No, you can just apply as a partner. Like once you meet their qualifications, 4,000 hours of watch time, 1,000 subscribers, you can just apply as you. YouTube doesn't ask you to create a business, so you can do that. Now, depending on where you live, there might be tax implications if you do it as a sole proprietor, or if you do it as an LLC, or something like that. So I don't know where you are. I forget where. I don't know if you're in the U.S. or in Canada. I don't remember where you are, but I would search around and just see, in terms of tax liability, if there's one way over another where you can pay less tax for the revenue that you're going to get. Next question. And by the way, I'm curious, in the chat while I'm digging through the next question, how do you guys deal, those of you who have really channels of any size, because sometimes people can be very demanding, even if you're just getting started and that sort of thing. How do you deal with demanding people who are hitting you up in DMs? They're constantly asking you for things. How do you deal with that? Right? You just heard my policy, right? If you're putting in the work, I'm going to put in the work. If you're being lazy, I'm going to be too lazy. I'm going to be too lazy to reply. So I'm curious how you guys are putting in the work. My son's mother says, "Do you use PixLR? What do you think about it?" I have it. I've used it. It just wasn't something that kept my attention. I have a very specific skill set. No, I have a certain way that I do things. There's certain tools that I look for when I'm looking for video editors, when I'm looking for apps to edit photos with. And I'm always looking for new video editors, right? Because they keep raising the bar with video editing on apps. For photos, it used to be Snapseed. Now I've moved over to Lightroom Mobile. I don't do my text on Lightroom Mobile, but if I need to color correct something or add a mood to something, I'm going to Lightroom Mobile because that has everything that I need. And by the way, something else I want to mention, if you're a channel member, if you are a channel member, I go out of my way to read those emails as well, because if you're part of the Niminati membership, that means you're trying, right? You're trying, you're coming into the members only live streams, you're really putting in the work. I see you putting in the work. So and that's one of the perks, right? One of the perks is I'm definitely gonna answer your DM. It might not be in a timely manner because I get a ton of DMs. I'm gonna answer your comments, I'm gonna answer your DM. So that's something that you get as a perk. So Matt, keep that in mind as well. Next question comes in from, channel name is called Everything. I have really, really high expectations for you. Says, I'm not able to afford a microphone, but I want to do commentaries. What's the best way to do that? Okay, well, if you are unable to afford a microphone, that's fine. I'm going to tell you two things that you can do. Thing number one that you can do, everybody has a set of these that came with your phone. I mean, unless you bought like a bootleg phone or you secondhand phone, I bet these things are even cheap. You can get these super, super cheap. Every single one of them, well, most of them actually, come with a microphone, right? That, let's see if it'll focus on that. I don't think it will. Nope, that won't focus. This is a microphone. It plugs right into your phone. It actually doesn't sound that bad. This will probably sound better than no microphone on your phone whatsoever. Now, there's another little trick that you can do. If you can't afford a microphone, okay, do you see this thing right here? Let me slide this off. All right, this is called a wind screen. This is called a wind screen, and it slips on top of the microphone, and it helps with things. It helps with wind. It helps with plosives, the P's and the S's and that sort of thing. Okay, I don't have one here to show you, but these things come in all different shapes and sizes, right? This one's tiny, tiny little black one. They all come in different shapes and sizes, but you can go to Amazon or any store like Amazon, and they're going to have really big, fat ones that go on top of that traditional microphone, like the Shure SM57. It's got the big round, right? The microphone's big and round on the top. You hold it in your hand. It's got a really big, fat windscreen that goes right on top. If you order one of those, order a big one, believe it or not, you can slide that over the bottom of your phone, and this foam windscreen will actually make your microphone on your phone sound so much better because it's going to block out the plosives, it's going to block out the wind noise, and that sort of thing. So I would go with one of those two options. That's going to be the cheapest. That's a little hack for you right there. A lot of mobile journalists will actually do that with the giant windscreen putting over the phone. A lot of mobile journalists will do that. A little hack for you right there. Sammy says D is right. Yes, Sammy knows all about microphones. He's got the studio going on. All right. Next question from Avanga, who says, I'm low vision, another visually impaired person. I'm telling you, you guys roll together. I love it. I'm a low vision person. Do you have any tips to edit on my phone? Yeah. So we have some channel members. We have Consult a Blind Guy and Dow. I'm going to guess that all of you might know this person. In terms of being visually impaired and trying to edit on your phone, I would recommend using a simple app. I don't know, did you say you were an Android user or iPhone? Let me see what you have here. You have an Android phone. Maybe look at something like Filmora Go, or look at something like VN. I would recommend or InShot. I would recommend getting a very simple interfaced app, right? Download all the, all the apps are free to download to check them out. So I would download all the apps and then stare at them and say, okay, which one of these is the easiest for me to see based on how, whatever your eyesight is. So here are some apps I'll tell you to download. Check out VN, just the letters VN. Look at InShot. Look at VLLO. Look at Filmora Go. You can try looking at KineMaster. KineMaster is not free, but it's a great app. Check out KineMaster. You can also check out Power Director. Download the free versions of all of them, open them up, and see which one of the interfaces looks best for you. Now, since you are visually impaired, and if you can swing it in your budget in the future, maybe look into getting a tablet, right? Pick up a tablet. That's going to increase the size of everything, and it still keeps you mobile. And tablets are generally a lot cheaper and a lot more powerful. So let's say if you spend however much you spend on a tablet, that tablet is generally going to be a lot more powerful than what you would spend for that same amount on a computer. So that's something to think about. Next question comes from Sharif Talk Show, who says, would you be able to review my channel, please, and give me some feedback on how I can improve? Okay, we're not doing channel reviews during this live stream. We do that now. We do that occasionally on these live streams. I've kind of pulled back from that, but we do do it during the channel member live streams. But during these live streams, what happens is once I do one channel review, everybody wants a channel review, and I just can't do that. So keep an eye out for a live stream where I say I'm doing channel reviews, and then we can have a look. But I can tell you this. Here's my advice for you. Every single person in here who's wanting a channel review right now, Google for the YouTube Creator Academy. YouTube Creator Academy. Moderators, if anybody wants to drop a link to the YouTube Creator Academy, excuse me, hey, Simply Beth, YouTube Creator Academy, this is the playbook for YouTube. This is the instruction manual for YouTube, created by YouTube, and it's totally free. They walk you through a series. It's quite a series of different courses where they explain how YouTube works, and then they test you at the end. Everything's totally free. You use your Gmail account to sign up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's the manual for YouTube. So step one, if you're just getting started on YouTube, go through the YouTube Creator Academy. It's going to take a while. Take notes. Take your time and go through it and learn how YouTube works as a platform. Because I can even if I did a channel review, if you haven't done that yet, it might not make a lot of sense when I'm explaining to do the things that you need to do. So YouTube Creator Academy. Creator Academy, yep, YouTube Creator. There it is. Dr. Sin dropped it right here. The creatoracademy.youtube.com. There you go. It's totally free. It's not going to cost you anything. There's no scam. There's no catch. This is created by YouTube to teach you how YouTube works. So if you're just getting started, I recommend everybody go through this. Did you do the YouTube? Not only did I do it, they've used one of my videos in it. So yes and yes. Somewhere, they've added it, I think in the past couple of months, somewhere in the mobile area, they've actually put one of my videos in there talking about audio for mobile. I got an email from YouTube one day, and they were like, hey, we like this video. Do you mind if we use it inside the Creator Academy? I'm like, yeah, do it. It took them about 6 or 7 months for them to actually put it in there, but they put it in. So that was kind of like that was an exciting moment to know that YouTube likes your video enough to where they're going to put it in the Creator Academy to help educate other people. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, that was very cool. And I think Nick has a video in there as well. All right, next question from Tube TV Pakistan, who says, how to download Videoleap on an Android phone? One moment. Okay, you can't. So currently, Videoleap, which is this right here, Videoleap is not available for Android yet. Now hear me out. There are versions of Videoleap out there for Android. You can find them on the Play Store. I think there's 5 or 6 or 7 different Videoleaps on the Play Store. They're all fake. There are APK websites where they're saying download Videoleap. They're all, just don't. Android does not have Videoleap just yet. There's no official release yet. It is coming, but they don't have it. Anything that you see on Videoleap for Android right now, it's fake. Don't install it. I have to hydrate. I've got to hydrate. I got to hydrate. I'm in Mexico. I'm in southern Baja, Mexico. It's like desert dry here. And man, my throat doesn't last here. I'm constantly drinking tons of liquid. All right, next question is from Tube TV Pakistan. Oh, same question, or maybe I messed something up. This one comes from Games G. He says, how do you grow a Let's Play channel? All right, here we go. It's gamer time. How do you grow a Let's Play channel? Let's break down what this means. A Let's Play channel means you want people to watch you play the game. That's it. You want people to watch you play the game. Here's the bad news. You're going to have to either be an unbelievable gamer to the point that you are competitive level gaming, or you just destroy whatever game that you're playing, right? Or you need to be unbelievably entertaining and charismatic, right? If you want to grow a Let's Play channel, one of those or both of those. You need to be a great gamer, or you need to have a great personality. That's the only way you're going to grow a Let's Play channel, because you're asking people to just, hey, watch me play a game. Watch me play a game. So the question is, why should they watch you play a game when they can watch so many other people who are better than you, right? So you either need to be really good at what you do, so most people aren't better than you, or you need to have a really good, unique personality where they like you as the creator, and it really doesn't matter so much about the game that you're playing. So one of those two things. And that applies to all the gamers here, but if you're not doing Let's Plays, I will add a third option for you, and that's teach people how to play the game, teach people how to beat the game. So be an unbelievably great player, have a great personality, or teach people how to play the game. One of those three things as a gamer. And by the way, gamers, how many gamers do we have in here today? If you're a gamer, type in gamer in the chat right now. I know you guys like to come in here and force. Type in gamer and let me know what game you're playing. So type in gamer, then Call of Duty. Just let me know. Let me know what you're playing. Yeah, make interesting content. But yeah, that's the thing is like, you know, Let's Play. Let's Play is just like, hey, watch me play the game. That's tough. That's really tough. And I will say this, and this kind of goes into being a good personality, is that you also need to, if you're doing it live, those three things totally, you know, you got to do those three things. But if you're recording it and you're uploading it, I'll throw in be a great editor on top of that. Because if you can edit your gameplay to where it's really entertaining and fun to watch, then that's going to be a win too. But if you're doing it live, you can't really do that live. I'm a gamer, but not a gaming channel. All right, next question comes from JH2 Gaming, who says, how do I get people to watch my gaming videos? You're on an iPhone. You get people to watch your gaming vid. Yeah, that's tough. So if you're just trying to get the ball rolling as a gamer, then I'm going to say you're going to have to really get your thumbnails on point. I would go as far as to say, don't make your thumbnails look like everyone else's thumbnails. I think this is one of the things that so many gamers do wrong. Like if you look for Fortnite content, like there's a million people playing Fortnite and all the thumbnails look the same. Like you can hardly tell one thumbnail or one channel from the next because all the thumbnails look the same. So maybe come up with a different thumbnail strategy. I would maybe come up with some different topics, some different angle that you're doing with the game. You have to ask yourself, and you know, why should somebody watch you? Why should somebody watch you as a gamer and not somebody else? Whatever that answer is, whatever you come up with, then you need to start focusing on that. Double down on whatever that one thing is. You're like, hey, I'm really funny. Okay, well, you need to be funny. And you have to give it time. So many people just get started. They're playing, you know, they're brute force uploading. They're uploading every single day. And like, I'm not growing. You've been at it for like 2 months. You're uploading every day. Just watch me play. You're not adding any value to the viewer, right? You're not making them laugh. You're not entertaining. Your thumbnails aren't anything special. So you got to level up. You got to bring something to the table. Doesn't matter what you're doing. And that applies to everybody, not just gamers. You have to bring something to the table for the viewer. You got to bring something to the table. Dr. Stan likes keeping people alive, right? Dantana knows why. Yeah. And that's the thing, man. Like, And that's the question for every single person in here. Why should someone watch you? Why should I watch you instead of watching somebody else, right? Like that, and that's a hard question to answer. So if you can't answer that, if you can't answer why someone should watch you, I would advise you to take some time, dig deep, and try to figure out how to answer that question. Why someone should watch you? There it is. Master your health. Keep people alive. I always love Dr. Sten when he comes in. See, and Dr. Sten is on fire. Dr. Sten, have you hit, where are you at right now? Hold on. I'm so proud of this dude. Hold on here. Dr. Sten, where's he at? Every time I look, man. Yeah, I got to share this. Hold on. So this guy right here, Dr. Sten Eckberg, let me turn this off. Let me turn his chat off. And I just want to show you guys, this is what it looks like when you get things dialed in, when you know exactly, you know what your value is, you know what you're bringing to the table, and you do it consistently, and you do it for long enough. This is what happens. Let me share with you Dr. Sten here. And I just love when he comes in because, you know, I've watched the journey. Look at this. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when you know how to add value. This is what it looks like when you know what you're bringing to the table and you do so consistently. This is what it looks like when you're adding value to someone else's life. And that value can be entertainment. That value can be you make people laugh. The value can be you just make people escape from their 9-to-5 or their ho-hum life. Like you're an escape mechanism, right? That's all value. But you have to figure out what that value is for your channel. Man, look at that, 470. You're going to be 500,000 subscribers soon, dude. 500,000 subscribers. Man, that's so amazing. So amazing. Look at that. What is your why? Yeah, exactly. What is your why? Look at the love right here, because Dr. Sten's the best doctor on YouTube. Yeah, he is. But Dr. Sten has put in the work, right? And think about how much work Dr. Sten put in before he even started his YouTube channel. The origin story of Dr. Sten. How much did he study before he even got started on YouTube? So it's a process. So those of you who are looking to grow, you got to ask yourself, who do I want to be on YouTube? What do I want to be known for? That's a great question. Another question is, who am I trying to reach? Who is my audience? How do I communicate with my audience? Another question is, why should that audience watch me instead of somebody else? And then what value can I bring those people? Right? Those are questions that every creator needs to ask themselves. If you're kind of lost on the platform and you don't have that momentum going, especially if you're a new YouTuber, you're new, you're still trying to figure things out, you're kind of walking around blindly in the dark, answer those questions. And once you do answer those questions, you'll be able to find a path and then, get on that path and start uploading content. Master your craft. I love it. Is Grabster in here? Doug, is Grabster in here? Grabster, if you're in here, man, hope you're doing well, dude. All right, next question comes from Agil Z, who says, how can I forget about my crush? LOL, just kidding. How to become a better editor. I was gonna say the best way to get over one crush is to get another crush. You heard it here first. But no, since you asked how to be a better editor, how do you get better at anything? Here's the thing. If the only time you are editing videos is when you're making YouTube videos, you will get better, but you're going to get better slower. Here's what you do. Go outside, grab your phone, and just start filming stuff. Start putting together little sequences. Start putting together YouTube stories or Instagram stories or Facebook stories, or just make videos that no one is ever going to see. Go out and shoot little 10, 15-minute segments and edit them to make them look cool. Learn how to add the right music, because music can really make or break a video. Learn how to put the right graphics on there, right? Practice editing. If you're only doing it while you're making YouTube videos, you will get better over time, but you're gonna get better slower. But if you're editing on a regular basis, you're sitting in the back of the Uber, you're editing. You've got downtime, you're sitting on the toilet, whatever you're doing, you're editing. Practice. Even if it's a 3-minute clip. Edit videos for TikTok. Open a TikTok account for no other purpose than to learn how to edit videos, and then just get better at editing, get better and get better and get better and get better. Over time, you're gonna become a great editor. if you're constantly editing, just like everything else, right? I'm in Mexico. My Spanish is terrible. I can get around. I can communicate on a basic level, but if I dedicated an hour or two every single day to speaking Spanish, and I went out and I immersed myself and I tried to communicate with people every single day in Spanish, 1 or 2 hours a day, guess what would happen really quick? I'd learn Spanish. But I'm not that motivated to learn Spanish quickly, so I don't do that, right? But I could. I could if I wanted to, and you can do that too. Practice. Practice makes perfect. Amber Film says that's exactly what I did with TikTok. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And here's the thing. You don't have to be the best editor in the world. You just got to be a decent editor, right? Because once you get to the point where you're a decent editor, you want to go from a beginner editor to like, I'm a decent editor, right? Then once you become a decent editor, and then you can really start getting into the nitty gritty. And I'll tell you this, you don't have to be a fancy editor. You don't have to know all the tricks in order to get people to like your videos. You can use basic edits, basic cuts, right? A basic sound bed. You can do the most basic editing possible, but what you need to learn is where to cut, what to cut out. What fat do I trim in this video? How long should this sequence be? How long from this cut to the next cut? What angle should I use, right? Technically, you can use the most basic cuts possible, but you still have to learn how to actually tell the story through that edit. So you don't need to know all the techniques, but you need to know how to tell your story through the edit. Prank World TV, what's the live streaming app you're currently using? I'm currently using a desktop solution right now. It's called StreamYard. If you want StreamYard, if you want to be able to do this, head down to my description. I've got a link you can install StreamYard. Now, if you have an Android phone, you can run StreamYard just like I'm running StreamYard right now on your Android phone. And I have a video on my video page showing you how to do that on an Android. iOS, currently, you can't do that. Dow says what to cut, yes. Well, that's part of the thing about editing, right? Like you can learn all the tools. You can sit down with Adobe Premiere or LumaFusion or whatever app that you want to use or software. You can learn all the things. Well, this is how you mask. This is how you do this. This is how you do motion tracking. Here's all this fancy stuff. But if you can't do basic cuts to tell a basic story, then all that fancy stuff doesn't matter. So think in terms of, keeping it simple, but learn how to tell a story. Okay. Next question comes from Power Drift, who says, how can you screen record gameplay, and also what's the best editor for gaming videos? Okay, recording screenplay with a game is difficult if all you have is a phone. However, if you have Android 10 installed, Android 10 has their own internal screen recorder. You can do it that way. Grabster, I don't know if he's in here or not, but Grabster has a video. Go find the Grabster channel on YouTube. Grabster. He has a video showing you 5 different ways to do internal screen recording, and that's what you gamers want. Now, if you also have access to a computer, you'll want to stream your gameplay to your computer through HDMI connectors and that sort of thing, like the Elgato Camlink, for example. Then you can stream your audio out clearly. But just only on a phone, it's complicated. Go watch the video that Grabster made. Shows you 5 different ways to do it. Oh, what was the next question? Best video editor is the one that you like. That you have an Android phone. Check out VN, check out VLLO, check out Filmora Go, check out KineMaster. Download them all. I don't know if you want a free app or not, but download them all, see which ones are going to work best for you, because I don't know what your editing needs are. Right? If you just need bare bones basic edits, you can use something like Prism Live Studio, or you can use something like VN or VLLO. But if you want more advanced stuff, jump into KineMaster, but it's going to cost you to remove the watermark, which I recommend you do. Next question comes from Begord. When you get started on YouTube, why should you be most worried about when starting? Okay, when you're starting on YouTube, I don't think you should worry at all. Don't worry about anything when you're getting started. Keep it fun. But here's the thing. If you're just getting started and you don't know what you're going to do, let me see if you're a gaming channel. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not going to tell you the wrong thing here. Give me 1 second. So if I backtrack here, you are A gaming channel. Okay, so if you're a gaming channel, I'm always going to go back to those three things that I say. You need to be a very good gamer to the point where people, they want to watch you play. Like, dude, this person just is an amazing gamer, whatever it is that you're playing. Or you have a great personality where people really want to get involved with what it is that you're doing on the channel. Or three, you need to be teaching people how to play the game. Now, you're just getting started. That means momentum is going to be slow, and that's okay. Just know that it's going to take months, if not years, to build up a good following. You can definitely do it, but you need to follow one of those three things. Be great at gaming, have a great personality, or teach people how to play the game. So starting out, I would say, in addition to those things, spend some time learning how to make good thumbnails and choosing the right topics. And know that it's going to take a while. You've got your work cut out for you. There's so many gamers, and there's always room for more, but you need to bring something unique to the table, right? So that's something else I would add to that. Focus on making the thumbnails, and then think about what it is that you're bringing to the table that others are not bringing to the table. That's a tough question to answer, but that's what you're dealing with, right? You want to stand out from the other million gamers who are out there, so you need to find something unique to bring to the table. Next question comes from Just Giovanni. He says, hey, D, some of my videos are stuck with a certain amount of views, and I'm growing very slowly, but I'm looking forward to uploading 2 times a week. Is that enough to boost my channel on YouTube? You are not a gamer. Okay. If people are not responding to the content that you're currently making, then uploading more videos will not necessarily increase the amount of views. What's important is that you are making content that people are responding to. So you're saying, hey, my videos aren't getting views. It's because they haven't connected with anyone just yet. Or maybe your thumbnails aren't good enough to get clicked on. Or maybe you're just choosing the wrong topics and people are not interested. Or a combination of all of those things. So I would say this, if you're gonna upload twice a week, that's great. But if nobody's responding, it's not going to move the needle. But more uploads does increase the chance of people finding your video if you're changing the topics and that sort of thing. So if you're not getting views, I would say look at your thumbnail click-through rate and see what your thumbnail click-through rate is. Is it 1%? Is it 15%? Right? Look at your impressions also. Do you have a lot of impressions? Do you have 5 impressions, or do you have 50,000 impressions? Right? You need to look at the data. Look at your audience retention. You're going to see a graph. And that graph is going to start to taper off as people start to leave your video. How quickly are they leaving your video? Is it like a quick drop that looks like a skateboard half pipe or a skateboard quarter pipe? Right? If so, then people are leaving right away. So you need to look at all of the data and then say, okay, well, if I'm going to start uploading 2 videos per week, I need to do something different because what I'm doing currently isn't working. People are not responding to these. So maybe you need to change up your thumbnail style, or maybe you need to change up your topics to get people more interested. So test it, but lean on that data hard to see what people are responding to. You might find, if you look at all of your content, you might find that there are a couple of videos that got a lot bigger response than certain other types of videos. So maybe you need to do more of those types of videos. Zach Talks Tech. What's going up, my man? What's going up? What's going on? Are you still out in Lake Moraine? Loving those pictures, by the way. That's like a dream. One of these days I'm going to go there. That's on my checklist. Zach Talks Tech. You dig the purple? Yeah, man, I'm bootlegging it. I've got like one of the Aperture MC RGB lights. Just trying to do something. I'm still in the Airbnb, just trying to do something a little bit different. G. Michael Jr. says, D, do you use various apps and software when editing your videos because the app or software has different features? Yeah, here's the thing. I look at all of this stuff. Apps, softwares, phones, DSLR cameras, microphones, they're all tools. They're all tools. So when I approach a project, there's a couple things that happen. One, if I'm in the live streaming studio where you see my normal set, right? Those of you who are not new to the channel, or you know that I've got the set, I've got the Edison bulbs hanging behind me. If I'm in there, I've got access to everything. We've got multiple computers. We've got all these DSLR cameras. I'm going to grab one of those, right? But I have to think about what I want. So if I'm shooting in my set back at the studio, it's very low light, it's very moody, and I want that blurry background behind me. And the best way to do that is a particular lens and a particular camera and particular settings in the camera. So I grabbed a camera for that. If there's a certain thing I need to do with a microphone, like you'll notice that when we do our live streams on Nim and Live, we have a different microphone that Nick and I use for live streaming versus a shotgun mic. Oopsie, versus a shotgun mic, which looks like this, right? We don't use this during Nim and Live. We use dynamic microphones that sound really good for podcasting. You need to get them up close to your mouth, and they give you that podcasty radio type voice along with some compression and that sort of thing, right? So you got to know what the gear is. You got to know what the microphones are for. If I'm recording an interview for something that's not YouTube related, I'm probably going to use lapel microphones, little clip-on microphones. So I look at all this stuff as tools. If you look at some of my recent videos where I'm not in the video, and the video starts, and I might say something like, I'm going to show you how to make a video intro. Actually, let me show you really quick what I'm talking about. So give me 1 second. So for this, I used an app. I used an iPhone app. So give me 1 second here. I'm not going to play the audio here, but I am going to play the actual video. So let me share my screen. So I did this with an app for a particular reason. So watch this. All the text was all done in one app because this is what I wanted to do, right? Using your smartphone, right? So all of this stuff, and I downloaded this particular intro because this is for a company called Placeit, but I use my phone to download these as well. But all the text that you saw starting and talking about this, this is all, even that, all of that's done on my phone. And the app that I use to do that is an app called, I believe it's called Mojo is the name of the app. It is a paid app if you want to remove the watermark. But when I'm using text and that sort of thing, there's a certain app that does that better than anything else that I have, and to make it really easy to use, so I always go to that app to get those sorts of text, right? So yeah, they're all tools. I use everything. It's hard because people will ask me, what do you edit on? It depends on what I'm making, right? Like I just uploaded my first TikTok video like 2 days ago, right? I know I should be uploading daily, and I might get to that, but I'm still figuring it out, right? I'm figuring out TikTok. I've uploaded, and I'm going to look at the analytics once they become available, and I got to figure it out. But for that, I used Videoleap, right? I used Videoleap to make that TikTok video. When I'm in the studio, I use Vegas Pro 17. When I'm traveling, I've got my iPad, I might use LumaFusion. So yeah, the answer is all of the above. They're all tools. You just got to learn what's the right tool to do the right job. Oh my God, that microphone, what a microphone. Yeah, so this microphone particularly is, Rode actually sent me this. This is like a small shotgun microphone. It's probably not the best microphone to do this sort of thing. However, it does work. The cool thing about this microphone is it works on all devices. It will plug into your PC or your Mac via USB, or you can plug it into a DSLR camera, or you can plug it into your phone. It works across the board, and it actually sounds pretty good for recording. Now, I'm in a very echoey room right now, so you're not getting the best sound out of this that you could. But if this was a noise-treated room where I didn't have echo every place, this mic would actually sound pretty good. But you've got volume controls, you've got like different filters, high-pass filters, and a gain boost, and it's a pretty good microphone. But I wouldn't use it for all things, right? There's different mics for different things, different tools. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate that. Yeah, just kind of you want to know what inspired me. So I've had my TikTok account. For a while. I want to register my name just so somebody doesn't register my name and start making fake TikToks and people think it's me, right? And by the way, I recommend everyone doing that. So if you have a brand, even if it's a personal brand or your name that you're trying to build something on, right? For example, I'm just going to grab somebody out of the chat right here. So let's just take Uncle Dan. How's it going, my man? Yeah, Podcastage, yeah. If you're curious about microphones, yeah, follow Podcastage. He goes through every mic that's ever been made. Yes. So let's just say, Simply Beth is trying to build an online presence and she's using the name Simply Beth. She should go to all of the platforms out there where she wants to build something in the future, and she should register her name. So even if she's like, hey, I don't want to be on Twitch, but go get that Twitch name because you might end up on Twitch. Or I don't want to be on TikTok. Well, register that TikTok name because you might end up on TikTok, right? You want to secure that stuff if you plan on building a brand and you think that maybe in this someday, you might go out there, or you just want to stop somebody else from using your brand. So anyway, that's what I did with TikTok. And here's what inspired me to finally upload my first video. I found a TikTok account where the guy was uploading TikToks from prison. He's in prison. He illegally has a phone, and he shows you like how they charge batteries in prison and how to build all these, how they build like how they go on dates in prison. That's probably the kindest way I could put that. How they do all this stuff in prison. He's uploading to TikTok from prison. And I thought to myself, wow, I really have no excuse whatsoever. Like, this dude's uploading from prison, and I'm looking at excuses why I can't upload to I'm building these excuses up in my head why I can't upload to TikTok. So I uploaded my first video. So now I need to look at the analytics, and I'll start uploading there. Now that I uploaded the first video, it's still kind of awkward, and I didn't think the editing process was, you put the text bubbles on there and stuff like that. I'm playing with it, but more videos will come there. Stacy Morgan, how's it going, my man? Nice to see you. Hope you were doing well. All right, next question here comes from Amber Films, who says, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? My brother inspired me. Prior to my brother going on YouTube, I thought YouTube was just I didn't know what was going on. Like I actually had a YouTube account from, oh my God, I can tell you, I'm not going to show you. I think the only person in the entire world besides my brother, hold on here. The only person in the entire world besides my brother who knows that I created a channel. Let me see how old this is. 9 years ago. My first YouTube channel is 9 years ago. I made just a couple of videos on it just because it was something fun to do. I had no aspiration to being a YouTuber. I was just like, oh, YouTube, I can put videos on here. There was this particular thing that was happening in the city that I was living in, and I thought, yeah, people should probably see this. It's interesting. So, and I know that you guys don't believe this, but if Leron comes in here, Leron Segev, he's seen this, so he knows that I have this channel. But my first ever YouTube video to date has 2.1 million views on it. 2.1 million views on my first ever YouTube videos. I got my second one has 468,000 views. My third one has 201,000 views. This is on a channel that I was just kind of using as like, hey, this is some interesting thing happening in this city. Check it out. No aspirations whatsoever. So anyway, 9 years ago, uploaded those, that was just done. But then my brother came back and said, hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel. I think there's some opportunity here. I'm like, yeah, cool, good luck. Didn't think anything of it. And then he started having success, and he started going to events, and he's like, man, you've got to try this. So yeah, he inspired me to get into YouTube. And I'm so thankful that he did, because this has been an amazing journey. Absolutely amazing journey. Hey, Mama Z, Texas Kitchen, how you doing? Yeah, Sammy, if I see you next time at VidCon, I'm happy to show you the channel. And when I show you the channel in person, you'll understand why I don't put this out publicly. I can't, because of where I live in Thailand, there's certain things that I can't connect myself to publicly, because I can get in trouble there for doing it, because they're very protective over things that are happening, and I was exposing something bad that was happening. So I have to kind of protect myself on that one. So Sammy, when I see you at VidCon next time, remind me, and I'll show you what it is. All right. A next question comes from Stephen the Kid. Wait, did I answer the last question? I think I did. Yeah. Yeah, my brother inspired me. That was the answer. My brother inspired me. and he's crushing it. I had no idea the opportunity that was on YouTube. I had no idea the impact that you could have, that you could teach people how to do stuff, right? Like everybody's good at something. Here's what I want you guys to do. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how much experience you have on YouTube or whatever. Type in the chat. There's 61 people in the chat right now, I believe, if this number is correct. 68 people in the chat. Type in the chat right now. What are you, and it could be one of two things. Type in something in the chat that you're either good at or you're knowledgeable, right? You're knowledgeable about. So it could be you are great at language, or you're a great gamer, or you're great at fixing things, or you know a lot about history, whatever it is, right? Maybe you're just an amazing cook. You're an amazing chef. Maybe you're great. You're a handy person, right? Type in like, what are you great at? What are you great at? What are you good at? What are you passionate about? What are you knowledgeable about? Type that in the chat. I'm curious. So Mama Z's kitchen, it's cooking. Sports cards and guitar. Kiddo coach. Power watching. I'm an empath. Okay, interesting. Studio geek. Community, computers, right? So everybody, and my point with this is everybody is good. I love that, checking people, putting people in check, right? Gaming, right? Everybody, go on dates in prison. Everybody's good or knowledgeable or passionate about something. Everybody is, right? Everybody, there's something, you know something, or you're good at something, or you're passionate about something. And when you put that online, right? Yeah, it can take a while to get the ball rolling, and it can be a slow process, but eventually when you're putting that stuff out there, those things that you're good at or you're knowledgeable about, like, man, you can really you can help people. You can impact people. You can make a difference. You can entertain people. You can make people laugh. You can make them escape from their terrible day, or whatever it is, right? Like once you can start doing that, then people start to like notice what your channel is all about, right? When you make that human connection, people start noticing, wow, I really like your channel. I like you as a creator. And then they start following you, and then you get to know those people. And it, like, this journey has been so amazing. And I would have never thought in a million years that I would have 100,000 subscribers. I never thought in a million years that I'd be teaching people how to do anything. I never thought I'd be a teacher, but now I'm teaching people to do all kinds of stuff with their phone. But man, what an amazing journey this has been. Dinosaurs, gaming and drawing. I like that. Yeah, everyone does something, man. You guys are all good at something. You're all good at something. MC Unico, what's going on here? Brother, we've been waiting for you to get here. All right, party started. MC Unico has made it, ladies and gentlemen. Fashionably late, as usual, but he's in the house. Hope you're doing well. My first viral video was 50,000 in one day back before YouTube started in the-depth analytics. I'm a jack in many trades. All right, man. I love it. I'm good at telling people off. Can I hire you? Do you mind? Can I get you on the payroll? I got a whole bunch of people I would love for you to tell off. Oh man. Yeah. So that's the whole thing with the whole YouTube, when Nick got into it, I had no idea. So I had to dig kind of deep to figure out what I was going to make content about, because like all of you, there's so many things that I'm interested in, right? I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about that. I'm curious about this. I'm knowledgeable about these things. So it was kind of a process to figure out that I wanted to do things for mobile creators, because when I was thinking, I was like, okay, here's all the things that I'm interested in and that I like and that are my hobbies and I'm knowledgeable about. And this is the thing that my brother's got going on. Which one of these things out of this pile would complement what my brother's doing so we could do something together? We could send stuff back and forth. I was like, oh, that's easy. I love tinkering with my phone. Boom. There we go. Prism app is not starting on my Android mobile. How to fix this? Force stop the app, uninstall the app, reinstall the app. Sometimes if the apps aren't working, you just got to take them out and put them back in. And if your phone, I don't know which Android you have, but it just might not, if you've got a weak Android, if it's an older phone, it's possible that it's not a strong phone. I don't know. But always uninstall and put an app in if it's stuck. Uninstall, reinstall if the app's not working. All right, next question here. This one comes from Stephen the Kid, who says, I'm getting an iPhone SE 2020. I don't know how to film good on it. Okay, first of all, that's a great phone. It's got a great camera, good battery life in there. Here's how you film good on it. You learn how to work the manual controls on the phone. It's pretty easy. You just press on the phone and hold it, and then you can kind of slide back and forth to set the exposure and to set the focus. You're going to get better if you just go out and you start learning how to film stuff. Open the camera, open the app, the camera app that comes with the phone, go outside and start filming stuff. Start tapping on all the things inside of the camera. And here's something that I want all you guys to do as mobile creators. You know, just in general, if you're doing even on a desktop, this is a good thing if you're just getting started. Tap on everything. Click on everything, right? Go film some stuff, put it in your video editing app, or go take some pictures, put it inside your photo editing app, and just start clicking on stuff, start tapping on stuff. What does this do? What does that do? I mean, that's how I learn stuff. The funny thing is, and this is the honest to God's truth. The funny thing is, the only way I learn how to do this stuff, people will come to me and says, hey, how do I edit on this app? How do I do this with this particular app? How do I put text on this photo? How do I erase the background? The only way I know how to do these things is because I download them and I figure them out. I take I put a picture into the app and I start playing with it, and I cap on every single thing in the app, trying to figure out what can it do. I import a video clip to a video editing app, and I start tapping and clicking and moving everything around. You're not going to break anything. You don't break anything at all, right? And only by experimenting and trial and error and messing up the video, screwing up my video clip and having to start over. That's how I learn things. Just, like everything that you're learning on my channel, I promise you can learn the exact same thing yourself if you just put the apps in and you just experiment. Same for software. Same with anything, really. Just play around with it. You're not going to break anything. Just experiment. How do you get your channel known? So Diane Bartle, I don't know which one of those is correct. You get your channel known by, there's a couple things you can do. One, being great at what it is that you do. I don't know what you're doing on your channel, but be really good at it. And eventually people are going to catch on. Number two would be to just find a way to add lots of value to people. Value can come in a form of education. You teach people how to do things. You can make them laugh. You can, just escapism, right? So you need to add tons of value to people's lives, or you need to be really good at whatever it is that you do. You do one or both of those things and you keep doing them consistently, you're going to grow. You're going to grow. It's a process, though. It's a process that everybody has to go through there. And I know when you're starting out and you've got 0, or you've got 5, or you've got 10, or you've got 100, I know it can look like you are just, looking up at Mount Everest thinking, man, I'm never going to get to the top of that mountain. But I can assure you, instead of looking at the top of the mountain, just say, how do I get to base camp number 1? Right? Don't look at the top. Don't look at the peak of the mountain. Think, how do I get to base camp number 1? And then, work a plan to get to base camp number 1. Because if you look when I started, like, I've got 100,000 now, which is small. And when you look at people with like millions, but, when I was starting, like, I never thought I would get 100,000 subscribers. But I strategically said, okay, well, I'm going to push to 5,000 subscribers. And I'm going to look, after I get to 5,000, I'm going to look at all the videos that are doing well, right? These are the videos that did well during that time. And I'm going to make more videos like those. And I pushed on to 10,000. And then I kind of did, reassessed, looked at the channel and said, okay, what's working, what isn't working, do more of the stuff that works. And then I pushed on to 20 and then 25. It's a process. You just got to go through it. D's giving away the secrets, man. giving away the secrets. No, it's just, be great at something. I think it's Steve Martin who said, be so good that they can't ignore you, right? That's one way to grow your channel, but it does take time. Second way is you just got to add value, man. Whatever that value is, you got to think, reverse engineer it. Who do you want to watch your videos? Who are they? And I'm just going to pull something out of just random thing here. Let's say you have a channel where you're teaching, I don't know, let's just say you've got a makeup channel, and there's probably fierce competition in the beauty space. But let's say you're doing that. And say, okay, I want a makeup channel. So instead of thinking, well, how do I grow a makeup channel? You need to think about, okay, well, who specifically am I trying to reach to watch these makeup tutorials? Am I looking for, what demographic? How old are they? What part of the world do they live in? So you're like, okay, well, I live in Canada and I'm trying to reach a demographic in their late teens to mid 20s, right? That's my demographic. So then they start thinking about, okay, so they're coming onto YouTube, this demographic, they're coming onto YouTube. What do they want? What are they looking for? What are their user patterns, right? What type of content are they watching? Right? And just start reverse engineering that and start thinking, okay, well, how can I make videos that are going to communicate with the demographic that I want to reach? And it's a process. Who are the channels that the other makeup channels that your demographic is watching? What are those channels? What are they doing that's succeeding? What do their thumbnails look like? What's their videos look like? What's their video structure? How do they edit? What topics do they choose, right? Reverse engineer the entire thing, and then you can start to figure out what people want. And once you figure out what people want, then you can start making videos for those people. And then it's just a matter of trial and error, trying to get the right thumbnails and the right topics so they find you. And then once they find you, right, once you start to get found, then you have to bring it with the video. You have to give them a good video. You have to give them what they came for. And that's a process, and that takes a lot of experimentation within itself. But that's what we all have to do on the platform. Everybody has to do that. Hey, man, happy to hear that. I appreciate that you're here, man. All right, next question comes from TCA Tech, who says, do you think subtitles or closed captions are necessary? It depends. You're not a gaming channel. I add closed captions on my video. Here's the thing. YouTube will automatically put their own closed captions on your video. Their system is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I know a lot of you have watched. If you watch with captions, they'll say all kinds of crazy things. The auto captioning system is terrible. I use a system called rev.com. I don't know if I have a link to Rev under the live stream, but I usually do under my videos. It costs like $1. They've raised the price. Let's just say $1.30 per minute, $1.30 per minute. So if you got a 5-minute video, right, they're going to charge you $1.30 for each of those minutes, and they'll do a good closed caption for your video. Does it matter? It depends. Where's your audience at, right? You have to look at your viewership, and you have to say, okay, who's watching my videos? If everybody watching your video, let's say you're speaking in English, and everybody's watching your video from English-speaking countries, okay, well, then the only people then you have to worry about is people who are laying in bed or people who maybe have hearing impairment. They might want captions. YouTube can automatically do that. But let's say you have a large portion of your audience is from the Philippines or from Malaysia or from Indonesia or from Singapore or whatever, right? Just adding those captions could be really helpful to people who do speak English, but it's not their first language. So look at who your audience is and test it out. I put that on almost all. I don't put it on my live streams, and there's select videos I don't put it on for a reason, but I put it on most of my videos because I want everybody to be able to understand what's going on in my videos, because YouTube usually destroys my captions if I let them do it on their own. Justin, how's it going, my man? Hope you were doing well. There it is, Dr. Sten. Whoop. Where'd he go? There it is. Man, I appreciate you, Dr. Sten. Thank you so much. Yeah, there it is right there. I think you get a discount. I think they give you a small discount if you go through that code. Yeah, it's like $1.30 a minute. I know that's not in everybody's budget. But if you find you've got a lot of people from different parts of the world, might be something worth looking into. If nothing else, do it on the, if you have videos that are really important, like, hey, I put a lot of work into this video particularly, maybe throw it on that one. Don't let YouTube slaughter it, because YouTube's auto captioning feature is usually terrible. Now, there are apps, and I'm using my phone to stream right now, so I can't pull that app up, but there are apps that you can run your video through, and it will auto caption your app, or will auto caption your video then you can go through and you can tweak them and you can actually stamp it on the video. So that is one way to do it. You know, people do that a lot on Instagram and IGTV and that sort of thing, and even on TikTok. I don't necessarily recommend stamping that and, you know, burning that into your video on YouTube, but it is an option. Viper started hand typing all of his own captions because it kept finding cuss words in the auto captions. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the YouTube auto caption is crazy. I've seen it say, because I always watch with auto captions on, laying, you know, my girlfriend's sleeping. I don't want to wake her up, so I'm, you know, audio's off, you know, I'm just reading captions. That's right. I've seen it say crazy things where I'm like, what did it just, like, I can't even believe those words are even inside YouTube's captioning system, some of the stuff that it said. Glue Guns and Roses, how you doing? Hope you were doing well. Right, there you go. I love your name, Glue Guns. I always say she has like the best name on YouTube, Glue Guns and Roses. So good. So good. Jealous of that one. All right, next question. Simon Plays, who has an Android, he says, how do you fix your voice on mobile? I'm not sure specifically what you're asking there, how to fix your voice. Do you mean you don't like the sound of your voice and you want to add EQ to it or something like that? You're going to have to clarify that. I know for iOS users, and I've never looked on Android, so you're going to have to look for this for by yourself. On iOS, they have an entire suite of apps from a company called, I believe they're called Audio Master. They have a whole bunch of different apps, a lot of different EQ apps, apps that can make your vocals sound better. Man, there's a new app that just came out. They contacted me that's supposed to automatically, man, what are they called? I'm gonna have to look into it. There's a new app company that came out. They sent me an email like, hey, will you review our app? And I just completely, I can't think of the name of it, but they're all on iOS. So I don't know. Look for Audio Master on Android in the Play Store. I don't know if they have it or not, but they've got a whole suite of apps where you can, you know, add compression, add a noise gate, add EQ, remove hiss, remove background noise, that sort of thing. I guess I should look into that. Uh-oh, is Greg in here? There he is. Hold on, I see now my auto caption. I've seen my auto caption say cancel Travis, so strange. Boy, not here, man. We don't cancel Travis in here. We don't ever cancel Travis in here. In here, we don't do that, Greg. All right, so we're just gonna have to get this out of the way here. Cancel Greg. We're gonna have to just, right there. 64 people in here, one of them being Greg. I would love for 63 of you to type in hashtag cancel Greg. Just like this running thing. We gotta keep Greg in check. Oh yeah, we're still doing it. Yeah, Sammy, we're still doing cancel Greg. We're gonna keep doing cancel Greg until Travis says that's enough. When Travis says that's enough, then we'll, you know. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Is Travis in here too? There he is. What's going on, player? Hope you were doing well, man. Oh, he came in and dropped a super chat. There it went. Thanks, Travis. Much appreciated, man. Look at all these. Look at the love right there. That's love. That is love. That's the Niminati coming for your ass is what that is. We will come for you, Greg. We will find out where you live, Greg. Dapper Tiger, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. I love you, D. You're much more handsome than your brother, Nick. That's what I'm talking about. See? That's the only reason, Greg, you're still allowed in here is because you think I'm better looking than Nick. Just putting that out there. Just calling it like it is. I appreciate that. Oh, man. I love it. See, this is the stuff that makes live streaming fun. You never know what's going to happen during a live stream. You might get raided by somebody. You might end up in a cancel Greg movement. You might get Travis MCP coming up in here. Who's Greg and why are we canceling him? You got to cancel Greg because Travis needs you to cancel Greg. When Travis says cancel Greg, you cancel Greg. That's all it really comes down to. Oh, man. All right, next question. I love it. So yeah, Simon Plays, I got to your question. Look for the Audio Master Suite. Not sure if it's on Android, but look for it and see. I need to dig into the Android audio processing. Venom Hawk asks the next question, says, how to reach my first 1,000 subscribers? You are a gaming channel. You can reach your first 1,000 subscribers and beyond. You just got to put in the work. You got to put in the work, right? Like I said before, you're a gaming channel. You're coming onto the platform. You're trying to hit that 1,000 subscribers. It's tough. You're not growing. Ask yourself what you're bringing to the table, right? You're a gamer. You got to bring something to the table. Are you a great gamer? Are you such a good gamer that people want to watch you because you win? You demolish, unlike Greg, right? Unlike Greg, you demolish the game, right? Or are you incredibly charismatic? Are you entertaining like Travis MCP, where people just want to come and watch you because you're Travis MCP? Doesn't matter what he does, right? You just want to hang out and listen to Travis MCP? Or are you teaching people how to play the game? Teaching people how to win at the game, right? So do one of those things or do all of those things. That's how you grow a gaming channel. You also need your thumbnails to look good. Make sure you're choosing the right topics, which is tough on a gaming channel. But if you're just going by the, hey, watch me play a game, you've got your work cut out for you. So you just ask yourself, what am I bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the table so people would want to watch me instead of one of the other 10 million gamers out there? Or to simplify that, why would somebody watch Greg, for example, when you could watch Travis MCP? Ask yourself that question. Yeah, we do. By the way, this is all in good fun, everybody. I mean, we really want to cancel Greg, but it's all in good fun. We're not bullying. Yeah, we are. We're bullying Greg. Oh man, I love it. You guys are so good. All right, next question comes from Apollo Instinct. It says, my last 2 videos got below 10 views. By now I should have 15 plus, but I'm worried. What did I do wrong? You did nothing wrong. Look, when you're at the level where you're getting 10 views on a video in your, that last view, I got 15 views before, and now I dropped to 10 views. What am I doing? You're not doing anything wrong. Like, just hear me out. Keep making videos. I bet, and I'm going to pull up your channel here, and this is why I ask everybody to drop their channel link in the forum when they ask a question. I bet you're just getting started. You've got 57 subscribers. Exactly what I thought. Weird. Yeah, so you're at the point now where you're just getting started, right? 2 months in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. So 10 views, 15 views, 20 views, you're at the point now, it doesn't matter. Keep making videos, try to get better, try to become more entertaining, try to become a better gamer, try to make your thumbnails look better, and just keep going. 4 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, you're going to find that if you're bringing value to the table, if you're bringing something like Travis does, unlike Greg, but if you're bringing something, you're adding value, you're a little bit different, right? You're going to find that those views are going to start increasing. But you're at the point now where you're just getting started. Don't worry about it. We're good? Froze? Yeah, we froze. Yeah, I saw my camera glitch here. I saw it happen. But yeah, 10 views, 15 views, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Keep making videos, try to improve with each one. Justin says, I'm 5 years in, but still barely break 50 in a week, so don't worry about it. Yeah, just keep going. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I made a post on my community feed the day or two after I hit 100,000 subscribers. I received so many DMs and so many comments and stuff. I'm still replying to them. And I just made a post saying, hey, I can't reply to everybody right now. I'm getting to you, to process. And I just kind of went along and told my story briefly that, this stuff takes time. Like me being right here, right now on YouTube with the deal, the brand deals that I have and 100,000 subscribers and all of you amazing people hanging out with me here in this live stream on a regular basis. Man, this was 20 something years in the making for me, right? I worked in video editing. I learned all of this stuff. I started with old apples and on Aldous PageMaker back in the day, and I learned how to edit on the original Final Cut Pro. Like, I was in this game for over 20 years before I even got onto YouTube, right? So this stuff takes time, right? And so if you're just getting started, whatever it may be, if you're just getting started and you're like, wow, I'm not growing fast enough, like you've got to learn the skills. You've got to learn how to edit. You've got to learn how to design your thumbnails. You've got to learn how to choose the right topics. You've got to learn how to be a better communicator, right? You've got to learn how to get yourself out, right? So many people, when they start and they're on camera, it's like they got to stick up their bottom and they're kind of stiff and they're not really sure what to do. But over time, you start to loosen up and you start not to worry about those things, and you let yourself come out and you start to express yourself and be who it is that you are. Right? And like that takes a while to get out there. Yeah, man. The original version 1. Version 1, Sammy. I just dated myself. Version 1. Yeah, it's a process, man. All of this stuff is a process. There are so many things that you have to learn how to do. Yeah, Sammy, version 1. And on graphics, I started doing print ads for newspapers on Aldous PageMaker. That was way before Adobe actually bought it. So Adobe eventually bought PageMaker, and then I think they stopped updating it eventually. That's not my baby. They're walking next door. I don't know if you heard that, the kid screaming or not. Dapper Tiger says, funny what we expect out of YouTube. If I started playing a sports today, I wouldn't expect to go pro tomorrow. Maybe it's seeing other success and feeling FOMO envy. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you look, everybody has their favorite creators, and you look at those channels and you see these huge channels and you're like, wow, they get so many views. They're growing so fast. And then I look at my channel and I'm not growing, or I'm not moving as fast as I want to move. But what people forget is like, well, what happened before they started that channel? How long have they been doing this channel? What skills did they bring to the table before they even made their first YouTube video, right? Just like athletes, right? Just like athletes, like all these professional athletes didn't just walk onto the court and they're professional athletes. Like they put in some serious work, some serious sacrifice, blood, sweat, tears, bruises, all of that, all day long practicing. Doesn't matter what it is. You're a musician, you're an athlete, whatever it is. Like you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. All right, next question. By the way, Apollo Instinct, about what are you doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You just haven't given it enough time yet. Keep going. Next question from YLL Joe. It's YellJoe 1. It's YellJoe 1. Who says, what is a primary thing to do? Well, you gamers, man, are coming hard today. What is a primary thing to do for a gaming mobile channel? Exactly what I've said for all these other gaming questions. Figure out what you're bringing to the table. Be a great gamer, or be incredibly charismatic, be very entertaining, or teach people how to play the game. One of those things, or all of those things. That's what you do for gamers. And I'm going to skip any other gaming question here in the forum because I've answered this multiple times right now. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do with your game. Like that's where you get it. Carmen Whitehead, how you doing, Carmen? Says, I'm about to hit 10,000 subscribers, 9,920 right now. Early congratulations. I want to do a giveaway. What's a good app, or should I just select a winner from comments? Any legal stuff to be aware of? Yes. Yeah, there is some verbiage that you want to put in your description for giveaways. I think, I haven't done a giveaway on my channel, I don't think. Have I done a giveaway? I don't remember. I don't think I have. But go look around. I think Nick has done a giveaway fairly recently. Go look at his channel and copy the words right up his description, a little disclaimer about the giveaway. And in terms of the app, I don't know, are you doing it live? Because if you do it live, if you're live streaming, inside of Streamlabs, they have like a little, the little spinner. I don't know, Doug, what is that called? The little roulette wheel. They have a roulette wheel to where people can get numbers, and it will do that sort of things. And then Streamlabs, you can also you can automatically choose people out of the comments and that sort of thing. So I don't know if you're doing that live or not. If you're doing that in video format, I'm going in and reading here. If you're doing that in video format, I mean, really, you could just write stuff down and pull it out of a hat if you want to. I've never looked into an app for a giveaway. There might be something like that. I don't know. So you'll have to figure out your own way to do it, but make sure if you are doing a giveaway to put the right disclaimer into your description. By the way, early congratulations on 10K. I'm actually going to look to see if there's an app for that. There probably is. But I think, if you're not doing it live, I think just, if you've had them submit in a certain way, do it old school. Write them all down, tear them a piece of paper, put it in a bowl, shake it up, and pull it out, or out of a hat. Old school's always in style. That's always going to work. Next question, Simon Plays. Hey, D, how do you fix your voice using Prism Live, or you cannot? Currently, as far as I know, Prism Live Studio does not have any voice changing ability. Oh, thanks, Doug. Thanks for that. YouTube's rules on giveaways, Carmen, this link right here that Doug put in the chat, make sure you read through that if you're going to do a giveaway. Okay, so I've finished. Oh, there it is, Carmen. So Carmen, right above you, Doug linked out to YouTube's rules on giveaways. Go through and read that. Yeah, I would just go old school, man. Go old school. Grab a hat, grab a fish bowl, the fish bowls are cool. Old school, right? Or some sort of a clear bowl. Write them all up, put them in there, pull them out. I love that. All right, so I've finished the form questions. I'm going to grab a couple of questions in the chat real quick. So if you guys do have a good chat, a good question, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Uncle Dan says it took Nirvana 5 years to become an overnight sensation. Yeah, that's the truth, right? Anyone who's successful, I don't care what you do in life, someone who's successful and they say, oh, it's an overnight success. No, it's not an overnight success. You're only aware of their success. You're not aware of all of their failures. You're not aware of the times where they almost gave up. You're not aware of the countless hours, the countless years that they've put into whatever it is that they've finally succeeded at, right? Like you don't see you don't see the 99% of the stuff that got them there. You just see that 1% where they finally appears to be that they've succeeded. All the work that they put in to get there. I'm seeing a lot about voice changing. I think people need to stop worrying about how they feel and not try to make editing even harder on themselves. People, yeah, I totally agree with that, Justin. So those of you who want to change your voice, why do you want to change your voice? Most people, I know not everybody, but most people do not like the sound of their own voice. Most people hate the sound of their own voice, and they think if I just change the sound of look, if you want to EQ your voice to make it better, right? Maybe it's too nasally. You want to change that or add some, that's fine. EQing your voice, everybody does that. But if you want to just change it, yeah, just put your voice out there. Let people get to know you as a creator. Let people know you. What do you sound like? Totally agree, man. Totally agree. Motivation theory, John, what's going on? John, man, again, congratulations on your 5,000 milestone, man. I know you were definitely putting in the work for that. And I'm seeing all those running videos. I love it. I love how he spelled my name. Here's the thing. How do you say, this is a learning moment right here. How do you say your name? It's right. I don't know. Now think this through. It's difficult for me to say. I'm definitely not going to remember how to spell it. So let's say, just going to go, just walk with me here. Let's say I came across your channel. Maybe not today, maybe a year from now. Maybe your next video is going to go viral and you're going to be an overnight success, right? You put all this work behind you and tomorrow you're going to be one of those overnight successes that took a long time to get there. But let's just say, 3 days from now, your channel just exploded and people want to tell other people about your channel. But guess what? Nobody is going to know how to spell it. Nobody's going to know how to remember it. So if I want to tell somebody about it, I'm doing a live chat just like this. And people are like, hey, what's that new game channel that just exploded? They're blowing up. What did they do? How's this gaming channel growing so fast? I'm gonna say, I don't know. It starts with a Y. Yojo or Yellow. I'm not gonna be able to tell people about it. So keep that in mind when you're choosing a name or running with your name. If it's too hard to remember, it's gonna be too hard to remember. Do with that information what you will. Damn good question. All right. Dapper Tiger says, what are some tips for beginner editors to work more efficiently? My bottleneck is speed in the editing process. I'm only posting 1 time a week because I want to ramp up to 2 times per week. Okay, tips for editing. I would say that when you're shooting, keep the edit in mind, first of all. Like if you're filming content, you have to start being mindful of what you're actually filming. Otherwise, you're going to end up with too much content, and it's going to take you forever to edit. So when you start recording, think about what you're going to record before you actually start recording. And if you're recording and you didn't nail it, delete that clip, right? The less you have to pull into your timeline, the better. So just be really mindful. Okay, what do I want to shoot here? And then shoot that clip and don't shoot a minute more. Like, hey, I want to shoot like a minute of this. Shoot a minute of that, right? Be really mindful about the clips that you shoot. Second thing is, I record in clips. I always record in clips. I'll have a remote control, and you can have, this works on a phone, this works on a DSLR. Get a remote control. Phones have remote controls too. This works as a remote control, for those of you who don't know. These little buttons right here that came with your phone, these little things, you can start and stop recording and it will take a picture. So I'll record, I'll say what I want to say, and then if I mess up at the end, I clap my hands and I hit stop. And then I hit record again, I say what I need to say, and if I did a good job, I just hit record. But every time I make a mistake, I clap my hands. And then when I pull all the footage onto the timeline, I expand the audio and I look at the audio track, and every audio track at the end that has that spike where I clap my hands, I know that's a bad track and I delete them all. So what I'm left with is only good tracks because I've deleted all the bad ones because I clapped at the end to let myself know to delete it, right? So once you identify quickly which ones are bad, delete them all, and you're left with good clips. And then it just comes into trimming the beginning and the end and doing push outs and that sort of thing. So beyond that, just be mindful of what you want to shoot and don't shoot a minute more. Shooting for the edit is a skill, right? That's something you actually have to learn how to do. Because starting out, it's easy to shoot too much because you're afraid you're not going to get the shot. So you shoot too much and then you're just piled on with all this footage and it's hard to edit. So that's what I've got for you in terms of efficiency for editing. Shoot with the edit in mind, and I find it easier to shoot in clips. Some people like to do it in one take, but if that's taking you too long to edit, try doing it in clips. I can edit way faster when I do it in clips. See which one works best for you. I used to hate my voice until I heard it and recorded it. Yeah, I mean, nobody really likes the sound of their voice. I mean, you get over it, but starting out, it's kind of like, yeah. Insane McLean, how you doing? Nice to see you. Late to the shoot. Yes, that's definitely me. Let's see here. How do you crop someone? Yeah, so you had the first question in the live stream, and I answered this question already. So you're going to have to go back, and you're going to have to watch the beginning of the live stream. Can you say how to edit videos? Okay, the best advice I can give you for how to edit a video, 2 things. 1, learn how to trim the fat out of your video. And by that, I mean remove everything that doesn't add to your story or whatever it is that your video is about, right? Trim the fat. Get rid of all the awkward pauses. Get rid of all the ums, the ahs. Get rid of stuff that's just wasting people's time. Get to the nitty gritty. Get right into it, right? Trim the fat out of your video. That's the first way that you edit. You got to learn, and this is where experience comes in. You have to learn exactly how to trim the fat, right? You got to learn exactly where to cut it and exactly where to put those clips together, the right angles, the right timing, that sort of thing. But bare bone level, you got to learn how to trim the fat. Second thing, you have to think about telling a story. And even if you're making a tutorial, you're still telling a story. If you're doing a do-it-yourself video, you're still telling a story. You're telling them how to do this specific thing. So you have to learn through that trimming the fat how to place those clips together so you can tell a story. And in terms of learning how to get better, man, just go shoot a bunch of stuff, pull it into your phone or pull it into your computer, and just start editing. Just start editing. Practice every day. So you know what? I'm going to spend 15 or 20 minutes every day just tinkering around on my phone, editing with whatever app you have. If you're an iPhone user, use iMovie. If you're an Android user, download a free app like VN or VLLO or something like that. And just practice. Don't worry about a watermark. Just practice editing. The more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. I promise you. I promise you. I've been editing for over 20 years, and I promise you that my first several years, I was a terrible editor. It took me a really long time to learn how to edit, not only in terms of a good editor, but in learn how to do it efficiently. It's like everything else. It takes a while. Any free editing apps for Android users that can accommodate 4K videos without the watermark? Any suggestions? Yeah, check out these two apps, VN and VLLO. Check out those two apps. One of those should be able to do that for you. All right, let's see here. I'm going through the chat right now looking for stuff. Hold on here. How do you blur out? How do you blur out an object or a person's face? I don't know what app or software you're using, but depending on what you're using, you want to look for something that's called a mosaic feature or the blur feature, and you can do that with what's called masking, like masking tape, right? So what you do is you can take your video and you can create a circle mask and put a blur inside that circle mask. Then you have to use keyframes and you have to move that circle around during the entire thing. Now, that being said, there is one or two apps that recently came out because of the riots that's happening in the US. I don't have the name of this app off the top of my head because nobody's ever asked for this until you, but they've developed this app that will automatically find faces and it will blur them because their idea was, or what was happening was police were using videos that were being shared on social media of the protests, and they were using facial recognition software, and they were tracking those people down and going to their house and arresting them. So a couple app developers said, nope, not on my watch. So they created apps that would automatically find all of the faces in the video, and it would automatically find them and tracks them and blurs the video. They introduced this probably about 2 weeks ago, and I talked about it on Twitter with somebody. So maybe search around on Google and type, look for something like face blurring app for protests. It's been released within the past 2 weeks, so I would look for that. It exists. I just don't know the name of it. Yes, it can be done with KineMaster. Any app that has a masking feature, you can do this. Any app that has a masking feature, you can change the shape of the mask. It can be a straight line. It can be a circle. It can be an oval, and you can add a blur to it. Any, Videoleap will do it. KineMaster will do it. PowerDirector will do it. LumaFusion will do it. Any app that has a mask. Probably a cop programmer to compile auto faces. Hey man, you never know. You never know. Patrice says, my channel is dead. Sorry to hear that. But now I've started uploading regularly, and my question is, should I continue on this channel or create a fresh one? Please answer. Just a little personal thing. You don't have to put please answer on that. People are going to answer your question or they're not. I don't know how old your channel is and how dead it is, but, say upload 20 videos to it. Upload 20 new videos and see what happens. If you're uploading 20 videos and they're dead too, maybe think about starting a second channel. I don't know. See, because I don't have the data with your channel to give you a direct answer, but I just say try to revive the old channel first, upload 10, 15, 20 videos to it and see what happens. I've heard live content hurts growth. Is this true? It depends. It depends. So here's what happens on some channels. On some channels, immediately after they finish live streaming, they see a drop in their 48-hour views. Sometimes it can be a substantial drop. Some channels see this, some channels do not see this. So this is going to have to be something where you're going to have to try it and see what happens with your channel. Don't be afraid to try live streaming because you've heard of this. I have a burglar in the house over there. Do you need any help with that? Because I have a whole chat room of people who would love to come over and help you pick up everything that you just dropped. She just dropped my dinner all over the floor. I'm going to have to eat it off the floor. So yeah, don't be afraid to live stream. Try it. Try it and see what happens with your channel. When I first started live streaming, that didn't happen to me. And then I had a period where that did happen to me. And then it didn't happen again. So you have to figure out why you're also live streaming. So I live stream on my channel, not for views, but I do it more so for just community. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to answer your questions. I want to get to know you guys, and you can get to know me better this way. So I don't do it for views. I don't do it for watch time. I do it just for community, right? So if you're doing it for watch time, then go in and just see how it works with your channel. For everybody's channel, you have to test this stuff, right? When people say, hey, should I do this? Should I do that? You have to test it. I know it works for my channel, but it's not going to be the same always for your channel. So that drop that happens, though, because you're asking if it hurts growth, the drop that happens is not permanent, right? It just might drop for like a day or two. And if you're not getting a lot of views anyway, it's really not that big. And if you're not releasing a video directly after a live stream, then it's usually not a big deal either. So if you're like, hey, I live stream on a Saturday or Sunday, but I don't upload until Wednesday or Thursday, you're probably going to be all right. But, test it out. Now, what I wouldn't do, I wouldn't live stream on, well, there's two ways to go about it. One thing that you can do, like right now, like this isn't the case, but I could right now jumpstart a video by saying, okay, guys, I'm going to end this live stream. But before I end this live stream, I'm going to drop a link into the chat. This is my new video that I'm releasing right now. Everybody go watch this video. Right? And then everybody goes over to watch this video. So you can do that. But I wouldn't live stream and then like the next day upload a video if you are seeing that drop off. But you're going to have to see if it works on your channel or not in terms of if you get that drop. I didn't, then I did, and then I didn't again. But I don't care either way. I wouldn't worry about it. Is Shelly in here? What's going on, Shelly? Hope you're doing well. They're depreciating polls for videos. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So this is great. Can you read my last comment? I need help. That would have been a great place to ask your question again because I just saw you and the odds of me seeing you again are pretty low. Kitty Love, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. What's the best app for intro making without a watermark? iPhone. The best app for iPhone without a watermark would be Intro Maker. Intro Maker is probably the best app for that. You can also use a service like Placeit, placeit.net. I've got a video showing you how to make an intro. It's not free. Actually, they do have a couple of free versions, but the rest are paid. The best way to do it, the freest, easiest way to do it, well, not the easiest, but the freest way to do it is to make your own with your video editing app. So if you have an iPhone, say you have an iMovie, there's no watermark, it's free. Bring your logo in, bring your graphics in, bring a background in there, bring some music in there. Keep it short and sweet, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds long, and use the animation features to bring your text in and out, bring the background in and out. You can get really creative with your video editing app. And that's probably if you're not going to pay for something with money, you're going to pay for it with time and you're going to build it yourself. So use iMovie, make it yourself, or download Intromate. I think it's like $3 or $4 or $5, or go to placeit.net and buy one over there. Where to find video editing apps for Android with Chroma Key? I believe both VN and VLLO, VLLO. I believe both of those have Chroma Key, free. But if you don't mind paying for an app, KineMaster. Theirs is great. Power Director, that works as well. App Aesthetics, how's it going? Let's see here. Scrolling through the chat. Most channels can come back. Yeah, Dr. Stan is the poster child for having dead channels and then them coming back. Yeah, just upload, right? If your channel's dead, just keep going. You can probably bring it back. I heard that YouTube is getting rid of the poll feature. Yes, they are. They're getting rid of that. That's what Shelly was talking about. Two Aussie Thrifters, how you doing? Nice to see you in here again. I already saw you in here. Why didn't I? So that's weird. I didn't see you as a channel member the first time I pulled you up. That's so weird. Apologies for that. Let's see here. Glad you went with the purple. It looks awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I still need to set, so what I'm doing actually, I have one of these little jobs right here on the desk, lighting up under my hats, but I'm also getting color off the screen. Not ideal because I can't control the color of the screen. And I've got the larger light that you guys, when you were doing the live stream over here, just kind of lighting up. But I would like to get some backlight just to give me some separation here on the shoulders. So maybe I'll pick up maybe one more of these and stick it there in the back. Yeah, great little mobile kit. Sets the mood instead of just having that boring white background. Definitely sets the mood. Canva can make awesome thumbnails. Yes, it can. Canva makes great thumbnails. Well, they've got great templates. Okay, question, again, from the name that I'll never remember. Question, what app do you recommend to make thumbnails? I'm an iPhone user and I need a free app. Okay, so iPhone users, the easiest app is Snapseed. Snapseed is really good at making a basic thumbnail, basic text. I have one of my first videos shows you how to use Snapseed to make a thumbnail, beginner's thumbnail. If you want to step it up, download PixArt. Now PixArt gets really, really tricky. When you install PixArt, it's going to pop up and it's going to say, hey, which plan do you want to pay for? You can close that down. Every time PixArt pops up to ask you to pay, they're going to have a little X somewhere. It's usually up in the top left-hand corner or sometimes the top right. You can close that down. I've never paid for PixArt. It's a legit app. I downloaded it from the Play Store and from the Apple Store on all my devices. And I've never used the pay version because you don't have to. When they pop those ads and they ask you to pay for it, just close it down. So PixArt's probably going to be the most advanced editing app because you can build up in multiple layers. They have tons of different text options, and it works on an iPhone. You can use the free version. Yeah, I think GIMP is solid. GIMP, I don't use it. I have my other ones that I like, but GIMP's definitely good. A lot of people use GIMP. Pratish says, I'm from India. Namaste. I was watching you and Nick probably from the beginning. You guys are awesome, and thank you. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Hope you were doing well in India. Are you still in Mexico? Yes, I'm still in Mexico. I'm stuck. I'm completely stuck in Mexico. Thailand has closed the borders. There's talk of maybe opening the borders in a couple months, but my flight is still canceled. Yeah, we're in Mexico. Doing the best with what we can. Justin says, I have a hard time with getting the backlight to work with the bald head. The trick to getting it to work with the bald head is you don't have it too bright. You have to get a light that either has some sort of a snoot on it or it has I don't know what you're using for the top, but if you're using like a small softbox or something, you can get the directional crate so the light doesn't spill. And you barely turn it on, right? If you're getting too much of a glare on your head, move it back and set it to low. Excuse me, my voice is going dry. If it's shining all over your head, it's too bright. So back off, turn it down lower and get something on there that makes it directional, right? Be it a snoot or some sort of like an egg crate, the grid that can help you completely control where the light goes. I'm going there in August to see my wife in Aguas Calientes. Yeah, we were in Aguas Calientes last year. We were there, we were in Aguas Calientes, I think, May or June or something like that last year. Man, it was super beautiful place. We had a great time there. But man, I remember being so hot. We were there for maybe 4 or 5 days in Aguascalientes, and it was just so, so hot. Man, super hot. All right, let's see here. They're getting rid of the poll? Yes, they're getting rid of the poll. Okay, guys, 11 p.m. here in Mexico. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out and great questions today. So thanks for the great questions. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for giving this a like. If you haven't given this a like yet, give it a like on your way out. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. I'm a big boy. I can take that as well. It's all engagement for the tube, so I appreciate it. We'll be doing a members live stream for sure this week sometime. So if you're a channel member, keep an eye out for that. Have a great week. Mods, thanks for everything. And by the way, I don't know if Daniel's in here. He's probably not. He's probably sleeping. But Daniel Battelle hit 100,000 subscribers today as well. That's a huge milestone. If you're not following Daniel, just an all-around awesome dude. If you edit on Filmora 9 on your computer and you're not following Daniel, you need to follow Daniel for that because that's what he makes most of his videos about. So congratulations to Daniel, in case you are in here or you watch this on the replay. Congratulations, man. All right, guys, have a great week. Members, I'll catch you this week. Mods, thank you, and have a great one.